Can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me now. That was weird. Boy, this shit, these damn devices, man. Oh, that leads nowhere. Let me go this way. I was sitting there talking and talking shit, and y'all couldn't even hear a pimp. Man, it's always something, I tell you. Oh, it started the live over again when I tapped out and tapped back in. Okay. So the live restarted. But it's a trip because y'all still in here. I don't know. But y'all can hear me now, so it's all good. But I was telling y'all first and foremost, top of it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with a pimp. Y'all already know my get down over here getting my steps in. With some love in my body. In. But yeah, I got a good. I'm over here getting my steps in. Shit. Okay, so now y'all can see me, y'all can hear me cool. But yeah, in a second I'm gonna open it up where y'all can join and tap in, ask questions, chop it up if you wish to join. You're gonna be able to do that in just a second. But man, I'm appreciating this vitamin D right now, man. The sunlight. See, I was talking to y'all, couldn't hear me, but I was saying how it's not a cloud in the sky. It's not a cloud nowhere in sight. Man, what the hell is that? Damn, I can't even show you. I wanted to show y'all this little critter I just seen, but it was smaller and faster than a squirrel, and it was like running and jumping at the same time. I don't know if it's a trip. I feel like I'm supposed to know the name of it, but I can't think of it right now. But anyway, back to this game that we never left. You dig? But yeah, man. Out here getting these steps in. I don't even know how many steps I'm at right now, but I know I got some thousands in already. But yeah, man, it is all good. I know. As this new year approaches, man, I'm excited about it. I don't know about y'all, but kind of excited about this 2026. I think 2026 is going to be a good year, as we know, because the way the world is right now, it's going to be some bullshit in 2026 too. But you got to make the most of it. You got to do what you can, appreciate what you have. But I know I'm going to do my best to make 2026 beautiful. I know with all this AI shit, boy, it's going to be, man, 2026 is going to be something else. People thought 2025 was something else, and it was. 2025 was something else, but 2026, man, it's gonna be crazy. A lot of people ain't gonna have jobs. A lot of people are already out of jobs right now because of this AI shit. And they full speed ahead with it too. Right, Dave, for real. That's real. Every year is beautiful. And you know what? Going into this next year, man, my Niners is looking real good, man. Man, the Niners is smashing shit right now. You know what I mean? Niners is looking great. But yeah, brother Bill, as always, good looking with the $2 holla. Glory to God for this game. Long live Philip Brandon Gilmore. Blessings, bro. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Bill, I had a good session this morning, man. Got it in. I did calves, uh, shoulders, and arms. It was a good session. Yeah, it was a good session, man. Raiders trash as usual. Y'all doing y'all thing, though. Yeah, yeah, it's a trip though with the Raiders. That's one thing I always on about the Raiders. Like, the Raiders, they generate so much money. They got to be like, maybe you want to look that up. Like, who makes what franchise makes the most money, especially off merch. Like merch, Raiders be killing it on the merch. Raider fans is just like super diehard. I seen a dude in Starbucks yesterday. Seen a dude with he had Raider Nation tatted on his calves. I said, man, he's serious about the Raiders, boy. Old Hispanic dude. But oh, Bill said squats and Zerker pools. Dig that. I like and subscribe. Liz, appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. I'll celebrate it till I die. Dig that. I ain't mad at it. Yep. But man, I don't know, man. The Niners is looking good, man. We might be screaming bang bang Niner gang. You dig? At the Super Bowl. Man, we ain't losing this time though. If we make it. Let me let's see. Shit. See, every time I do something. See, I gotta get used to going live like this because it's different. Like right now, I want to put some in the chat. I'm trying to see how I do it. Hold on. Like, how do I put something in the chats? So, trying to see how I comment. This shit is stupid as hell, man. I really do not like this. I can't even comment in my own chat. Trying to see how you do it. And I don't think this is like this the other day when I went live. Y'all need to get out of here with the Will Smith shit, man. Who else said that? Palm said that shit in the comments yesterday or today or yesterday, talking about I look like Will Smith. My daughter been saying that shit for years. Y'all funny. I'm trying to figure out how to comment in the chat. Create highlight. I don't want to do that. Retouch. Don't need to do that. I hit that Gold's Gym this morning. Fine Joints was in there. Yeah, I was in there. Uh, I guess at the time that I was in there, wasn't really. There was a few of them in there, but it wasn't like super. For some reason, the gym wasn't like super packed this morning. Well, I guess we ain't gonna be able to do it. I was gonna let y'all join the live, but in order for you to join the live, I have to. I got to put the link in the chat, but I don't even have an option to comment. Like it won't even let me comment in my own chat. So I guess we ain't gonna be able to do it, man. This shit weird. Dumbest shit in the world, man. This shit crazy. Let me see something. Tap. Got the green screen. Okay, turn this shit off. I don't want to leave the green screen on. Okay, there we go. I seen the green screen. I just was like, wonder what that do. Just wiped your feet off, Alfred Ashton. Appreciate you, man. Right, Cali Kid. They keep changing shit, man. It's like, but why would you make a change like that? Like something as simple as me commenting in my own chat. Like, what did they do? It's only acting like that because you uplifting the people. Yeah, I don't know, man. You did your thing on that glorious peace song and ups and downs P mix. Blessings to you, Freeze. Lamar, appreciate you, man. For those of y'all that didn't see it yet, I got a new song dropping on Friday, which is in a few days. Well, appreciate you, man. Yeah, I've been working too, man, on that music shit, man. You just keep walking. If I can't figure this chat shit out, I'll figure it out later. I'm gonna try to have that shit worked out next time I go live like this, where I can be able to comment. But yeah, man, I've been in there cooking up, man, with this music shit, man. Y'all gonna like. That's another thing y'all gonna like about 2026, man. Freeze about to be active with this music shit. Like I haven't been like this about the music in a long time. Like the way I feel about it, my work ethic, just everything with the music shit right now. I'm in a different zone, man. And I'm just getting my that's the cold part about it. Like I'm just getting my feet wet, man. But man, when I really, really, really zone out, about to go crazy. For real. But yeah, man, putting this music shit together and it's going real cool. I've been in there cooking up some heat, man. Real. So 2026, definitely gonna see music from Freeze. Some show. Even certain things y'all been waiting for. Like, man, Freeze, why you ain't did this with the music? Why you ain't did that with the music? It's coming. It is on the way. It's not freezing where you are. Nah. So sure. I haven't looked at the temperature, but I'm guessing it's probably a good 70 degrees something right now. Something cool to play. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Who is that? SE Beats, third day on Fruit and Water. Dig that. That's what's up. Yeah, man. You don't like the way that feel. I remember Simple saying that when you first start with the Fruit and Water, you might kind of like get a headache or whatever as your body adjusts and get used to it. But I think I remember him saying like after that first week of doing it, you kind of, your body will get used to it. But can we email you for advice? Yeah, freeze is it. Gmail. I mean, I'm DM you on IG. Oh, that's another thing too. I meant to tell y'all. So y'all know I got the consultations cracking right now too. But even though I ain't no holiday type of guy really like that, in the holiday spirit for y'all, I got the I got some holiday rates right now for the consultations. I'm doing consultations for the unbelievable low right now, and I'm gonna do that until New Year's. So if you want to get a consultation for the low, now's the time to do it. So just want to let y'all know that. But yeah, man, it's that 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 trip to Colombia and Costa Rica was real good for me in a lot of ways, man. You know, one thing it definitely did, one of many good things that trip did for me was made me start putting some effort and some focus towards things that I've been, dragging my feet on for a long time. Music being one of those things. Like when I was in Colombia, it just hit me and I just start messing with the music thing. What kicked it off though was a couple of my partners at the same time, and they didn't even realize that they did it at the same time. But a couple of my partners, like within 24 hours of each other, sent me songs to get on. And ain't nobody sent me a song in a long time to get on. And I ain't gonna lie, some people done sent me songs and I bullshit that I was supposed to get on, but I didn't do it. A lot of times it'd be because I be letting shit, distract me or take my attention somewhere else and all of that. But they just so happened to catch me at a good time, me being in Colombia and enjoying life out there. You dig? So I knocked them songs out quick. Like I said, they both sent me songs within 24 hours of each other out the blue. Both of them, they was just like, man, I need you to get on this song. So I did it. And then from there, I just been in a mood to create music and record music. So I've been creating and I've been recording. So y'all gonna have some shit on the way, man, real soon. Then another thing too that I stopped dragging my feet on. was the consultations while I was in Colombia. I got all of that set up, so everything is cool. I'm back. I was watching your short. I'm new to your channel. Liz, I appreciate you. Yep, I've been around for quite some time, so there's plenty of content on Freeze that you can watch. And if you like my content, I know you'll love Simple to P's content if you're not already familiar with him. Uh, you go check my bro out. Long live Simple to P. Just put in Sinful the P, and he gonna pop up like toast out the toaster. You dig? And he got a lot of good content over there. He was active on YouTube for a lot of years. A lot of good stuff over there. But yeah, welcome. Appreciate you. I'll check him out. Yeah, you'll be glad you did. You definitely will be glad that you did. But I gotta keep it real also. Not only will you be glad that you checked him out, but you're gonna be disappointed because he ain't here no more. You'll be like, damn, we can't get no more Simple to P, no new Simple to P. It's just a moment in time that you gotta appreciate. But fortunately, there's a lot to appreciate. So you're gonna be glad. You might be a little disappointed, but ultimately you're gonna be glad. Just trust me, we all disappointed. But at the same time, we're glad that we have what we have. You dig? It is what it is. I miss those Sunday mornings with Simple. Yeah. Yeah, don't we all, man? Don't we all? But sometimes that we do because, you know, when your loved ones passed away 50 years ago, shit, even 20 years ago, we didn't have all this type of stuff that we have now. All these memories and stuff, good information, just, good moments in time, so I'm fortunate for that because one thing that is great is that Simple left behind a whole talk shit, roast, laugh my ass off, you know, get reminded of certain things that I already know, get inspired, get motivated, all that. So I'm fortunate for that. I'm grateful for that. Cash so stoned. Good looking with the $5 holla. Appreciate you, man. I heard of sin when I found your channel, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad you did too, man. That's what's up. He brought you on, ain't it, P? Yeah. I ain't gonna say I probably never would have, but I definitely wouldn't have at the time that I did get on YouTube if it wasn't for Simple. He definitely brought me on. Because what happened was, Sin had created his channel. He got his channel cracking. He was doing his thing, and he would have me on every so often, and that created the demand for me. Because when I would get on his channel, after so many episodes of me being on there, People be like, man, Freeze, what's your channel? What's Freeze channel? Freeze ain't got no channel. So after so much of hearing that, you know what I mean, Freeze, what's your channel? Freeze, what's your channel? And bro telling me like, bro, man, you need to create a channel, man. Everybody asking what's your channel? You need to create your own channel. So finally I did, and here we are. 9 years later, man, almost 10 years. 26 will be 10 years I've been on YouTube. Even though a lot of that time I bullshitted. If I'd have been more consistent over these 10 years, ain't no telling where we'll be on here. But we here though. He tried to plug everyone, them good jugs. Yeah, man. Even though some people, I say most people, didn't appreciate what he tried to do for him on YouTube, I definitely appreciated it and, did a little something with it. But a lot of them people, man, ungrateful bastards. And you can with the rapping. I was like, yeah, bros. Oh, shit. For sure. Press T Freeze, glory to this game. Punchy, man. What's up with it, man? Appreciate you. Keep climbing the ladder. Yeah. Would be I'm gonna turn it up for 26 though, man. I turned it up this year though. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely did. I was a lot more active on YouTube this year than I have been at times past. So that's a good thing. But 26, I'm for sure turning it up with the music and the YouTube. Since I always spoke about the greatness in you and encourage the people to sub to your channel. Sharif, that's real, man. Bro. Well, I think we both was each other's biggest hype man. But yeah, bro was definitely my biggest hype man. Always bigging me up, shouting me out, mentioning me. It's a trip. I'll be like watching his videos and I'll be like, damn, bro mentioned me in almost every video. Somehow, some way, my name get thrown in there. So yeah, I appreciate them for that. Much love, King. May the most high keep your light shining, pimp. Imperial Sound, appreciate you. This is my first time. Oh, excuse me. It's all right. Excuse me. It's my first time in anybody's chat. Just active, but I do listen till you continue to work on myself. For sure, that's what's up, man. That's the best thing we could do is work on ourselves, man. Ain't nothing ever gonna be perfect, but you put the work in, you feel a lot better about yourself and a lot better about life. Sucker repelling. What's up with it, man? See you up in here. Mm. My dumb ass. I was trying to put some love in my body, not on my body. I put love in my body and on my body, man. I wasn't trying to put it on my body. Liz says facts. I lost 82 pounds and still going hard. Work pays off. Yes, indeed. Congratulations on that, losing 82 pounds. That's what's up. It is no easy task. I know. See, you saying that, Liz, that's why I know you'll appreciate Simple in his content. Now you probably seen just a few minutes ago how I shouted out somebody saying that they was on day 3 of fruit and water. See, Sinful inspired a lot of people to do the fruit and water thing because it worked so well for him. And I'm trying to remember. One of y'all probably can remember better than me. You're welcome. But I think the first time he went 30 days on fruit and water, and then he just kept going. I think he did 60 days. So yeah, the first time 30 turned into 60, if I'm not mistaken. And then later on he went 100 days with just fruit and water, and he did that several times. The 100 days of fruit and water, and lost a lot of weight doing that. Lost a whole lot of weight doing that. How much weight did he lose? Uh, I'm not exactly sure how much weight he lost, but I want to say bro lost at least 100 pounds, probably more than 100 pounds. Pounds for sure. That's what's up. I was like the top artist that they listened to this year as far as music, and that tells me a lot too because I don't have a whole lot of music out there. So if I'm one of your top artists that you listen to, and I don't even have a lot of music to listen to, that tells me, Freeze, it's time to stop bullshit on the music, man. So trust me, I got some new heat coming. I'm cooking up, man. I'm like excited about the shit that I'm doing with this music. I ain't been excited in a minute. So glad I came in here. I'm glad you came as well, Liz. Appreciate you. Walking around looking like stick man cousin. Nah, hell no. See, I know my face look hella slim. Y'all ain't really seen my body, and I am a little smaller, but y'all probably think I'm just like bony, and that's not it. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, where your prune juice at? You funny. Dude always coming in here with the shenanigans, man. Passport Mars, what's up with you, man? It's gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be all right. I know you try to throw a little jokey joke in there, but stick around, stay tapped in. You might get a little bit funnier, man. It might be some hope for you in 2026. 2025 was a corny year for you, I know. But 2026, you stay tapped in, go watch some Sinful, and you might get a little bit funnier, man, just a little bit. I know it's gonna be a struggle for you, but you just might say a joke one day that might make me chuckle or grin. You know what I mean? You might make me grin one day. You ain't been able to make me grin yet, but you just might one of these days, man. You might make me grin. What you use to dye your hair, freeze pop. Hey man, so y'all be coming with these what was that shit y'all did? Oh, twin. calling me twin. Now you calling me freeze pop. One of y'all called me twin the other day. I had to condemn that and shut that down. Now you calling me freeze pop, man. I don't like that, man. See, you know what I mean? Like, to each their own. If you part of the alphabet rainbow community, I ain't mad at you. You cool. That's, you more than welcome to be here, man. But all this flirting with a pimp, man, you can't be flirting with a pimp, man. I ain't with that, man. The ladies could flirt with me, you know what I mean? But you, nah, man. And your name is Passport Mars, man. Like, use your passport if you want to go flirt with somebody, and the American ladies ain't giving you no action, man. You could put some stamps on your joint, and them ladies in them other countries, man, they definitely gonna flirt with you. You can flirt with them, and y'all can flirt with each other, and everything cool, man. But you can't be in my you can't be in my chat flirting with a pimp, man. Talking about you know freeze pop and all this shit, man. Like, cute. I ain't. You can't give me no pet names, man. You know, I really don't even like pet names from the ladies, but definitely not the guys, man. You know, don't do that no more, man. We're gonna let you slide this one time, but you can't do that no more, man. No more flirting with a pimp. Then, far as hair dye, see, you got to remember, man. I'm an '80s baby, man. I'm born in '81. See, my generation, we take care of ourselves. Not all of us, but a lot of us, we take good care of ourselves, man. So we don't be looking old, at a young age. Your generation, on the other hand, you're the ones who need to be concerned. Like, see me, I don't dye nothing, man. 44 years old, man. No dye. No dye, man. No dye on my face. No dye on my head. 44 years old, man. Some of y'all look like in your 20s, though. Some of y'all be looking old, man, at a young age, man. Like, man, some of y'all look like y'all went to school with my dad. And you in your 20s, man. That ain't cool, man. That is not it, man. Right, sucker repellent. You already know, man. 44, no grays in the beard, man. Yeah, he another one. See, that's what I'm saying. That's my era, man. We take care of ourselves, man. Liz said, I wish. I'm 41. I got grays. It's all good, though. Now, for the ladies, it's understandable to have grays because for a lot of women, it's just, at least from what I see, it's a lot more of a challenge for y'all to deal with stress as opposed to guys. I think guys, we handle stress in a different type of way. So, but see, you 41 though, you know, so that's okay. But Passport Mars on the other hand, he call it he giving people pet names and all this shit, and he probably 20 some years old. He probably look older than everybody in here. So, you know, if you 40 and look 40, then hey, that's all right. You know what I mean? If you 40 and look 50, that's probably a little bit of a problem. But if you're 40 and you look 40, that's cool. You look your age. Which you probably don't even look your age. It's just you got some grays. You know, you got some young people with grays. That ain't really nothing. Right, Bill said. I'm 43, got some grays, but definitely lean and healthy. Right. Yeah, Bill got some grays, but see, Bill take care of himself. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Us '80s babies, man, we a different breed, man. You know. See, we grew up with Dare, and not just there, but like rappers, like everybody, like it wasn't cool to be on drugs when we was growing up. That was abhorred. That was condemned. And if you were on, you know, you you were ridiculed. You know what? See what? Like you did what? That it just wasn't cool. Now you're not cool if you don't do drugs. So I ain't really that cool nowadays. Like I'm not that cool. What I mean? I'm cool to myself, but you know, a lot of young people, probably might not find freeze to be that cool because I don't do none of that stuff. But y- putting all that bullshit in your body and you don't even know what you're putting in your body and you don't know how it affects your body. And by the time you would have found out, you done took yourself up out of here. People be taking the body for granted, man. You think that you could just put anything in your body and your body gonna be cool, like because it's your body and it's been your body all your life, and you do certain things to it, it handles it, and you think it's cool. But hey, man, your body is precious, man, and your body ain't meant or made for certain things to be done to it. Did a lot of y'all be doing to it? So yeah, man, gotta appreciate your body for real, for real. Right, sucker repel and say I take pride in my generation. We stand out. Damn, sounds like we stand out. Okay, there we go. We stand out. We look younger than people in their 30s. We are conscious of the bullshit for real. Real talk. You only get one body. The temple of God is sacred. For real, Bill. That is 100. I don't desire to be a zombie. I'm not cool either. Yeah. And then I say that all the time, man. But I gotta say it again. It's so much stuff being shoved in these young people's faces to distract them from the truth. If they just understood the truth, man, about how you take care of your body and you know the effects of it. If they understood the truth, man, they would love it. But and I can't really blame the young people, like the young people that's into all the drugs and all that type of shit because they don't create it. They don't put it in the community. It's created and put in the community for them, and it's promoted and encouraged for them to do it. So I can't really blame them. But Marcus Mitchell, shout out Freeze, appreciate you, man. Kaz G said, "Nah, your generation be bragging about how good and strong drugs were to Freeze." Uh, you got some people that will brag about stuff like that. but mostly that's probably gonna be the generation before me. Them 70s and them 60s babies. They the ones that you're gonna hear bragging about how strong the drugs used to be back in the day. You'll hear them saying that. And some people from my generation, but not a lot. That's a minority in my generation. Of course, you got a little bit of everything in every generation, you know. But but yeah, man. Like I said, see, you just had to be there. If you were there, then you would know. Like, yeah, of course, you're gonna have some people that like, you know, are different. But what I'm saying is, when I was growing up, if you did drugs, it was not cool. You were ridiculed. You were looked down. You were frowned upon. You know what I mean? And all the music didn't promote doing it like it does now. You know, we didn't have we didn't have songs bragging about certain things. Now, alcohol and that wasn't cool either. But you got songs that brag about, back in the day, songs bragging about, drinking and smoking weed and shit like that. Yeah, there's plenty songs about that back in the day. But but it wasn't like all this stuff now. And then not just the songs, but just the things that people do on social media. Like people be going live smoking fentanyl. People be going live smoking meth. That shit is crazy. They do it like it's cool. They don't even try to hide it. Or like that shit is crazy. Brandon Mowich says, I just turned 30 and completely cut off everything, even weed and fast food. See, Brandon, you kind of in the same space that I was in when I turned 30s. Congratulations, by the way. But I was on a similar path when I turned 30. So when I turned 30 years old, I quit alcohol, weed, and fried food. Not necessarily fast food at that time. I don't eat fast food now, but at that time I cut out fried food. So yeah, man, you're on a good path, man. As somebody who took that path and still on that path, I could tell you're on a good path. And see me, I had a lot of examples in my family of what not to do and how not to be. And that's just something that I took notice to. Like I tell y'all all the time, I had 10 uncles growing up, and the majority of them, when they was in their 30s, they start having diabetes, high blood pressure, whole bunch of health problems. Most of them was like obese, morbidly obese. And yeah, I didn't want to be like that. So them being examples to me is what motivated me to come into my 30s like on a better note. So yeah. But now that's good stuff though, man. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, they was trying to make meth cool. I've been seeing that. Yeah, man, that shit crazy. They just be going live doing that shit, or the other shit, whippets, the balloons and shit. They be going live, inhaling. That shit is crazy. Don't even care about their brain health, like the shit that this stuff is doing to your brain. Because food alone is a big enough challenge. Because it's so much fucked up shit that food does to your body and to your brain. Just the food that we see at our grocery stores all the time. And a lot of us buy at the grocery store all the time. you know, that's enough to deal with by itself. But all these all these narcotics and substances and shit like that, man, you don't even know what that stuff is doing to your brain. Man, it's scary to think about. And me, I love my brain. I love the way my brain works. I like even the dumb shit that my brain be doing sometimes, like mistakes and learning from the mistakes and becoming better and growing from the mistakes. I love my brain. I'm not trying to do nothing foul or damaging to my brain at all. My brain may not be perfect, may not be the best brain, but God gave it to me and I appreciate it because it could be worse. I love my brain, man. I ain't trying to do no damage to my brain, man. That shit crazy. People just be damaging their brain all the time and don't even care, polluting their brain. Bill says, hold on. Every time I walk under one of them little things, my lighting settings change and all of that. Be hard for me to read. Okay. Bill said, just not having enough nutrients isn't good for your brain. The substances took you all the way out of there. Right. And like not just your brain, but your whole body and how like everything affects each other. Just like this right now, like, man, like I said, that trip to Colombia and Costa Rica was so good for me, man, because another thing that it did, which I noticed since I've been back in the States, man, I just want to be outside all the time now. You know what I mean? Like when I was in Colombia and Costa Rica, I just wanted to be outside all the damn time. And before I left, of course I go outside, but not like I do now, not like I want to now. But it's just good for you in so many ways. The fresh air, the sunlight, vitamin D, man, it's so important. Walking, being physically active, man, a lot of people don't realize how important that stuff is, but it's crucial. I just realized I'm the only woman in here. Yeah, Liz, is usually more ladies up in here. But see, when I go live like this, when I just like press the live button, it's not as many people in here. Uh, and then it might be some ladies in here that just ain't commenting, I'm sure. But right, melatonin. Yep. In the 80s and 90s, that was frowned upon. Yeah, that's real. But yeah, man, I just feel a lot better now that I, be outside getting, like I say, getting the sunlight and everything. And then too, eating one time a day, one meal a day, one time a day. That shit makes the difference with that. It's so beautiful. I never knew how good my body would feel just eating one time a day, but I love it. I like the fact that I don't be just like thinking about food all the time or man, I need to eat, man. I'm so hungry, man. Man, I need to eat. That's just like I'm gonna go eat after I end this live. And it just has a different effect on you when you eat one meal a day. Like like right now, I'm hungry, but it just that ghrelin hormone, which ghrelin, that's the hormone that tells your brain that you're hungry and to eat. But that ghrelin just hit different, I guess, when you cut it down to one meal a day. So even though I'm hungry and I do want to eat, yeah, you know how like when you know how when you eat the normal American way, when you eat three big meals a day and then uh three or four snacks throughout the day. So you might eat 7 or 8 times throughout the entire day. When you like that, you get hungry all the time, especially when you eat a lot of bread, a lot of carbs. Those carbs make you hungry. Carbs aren't really satiating like that. That's why you can eat so much of that shit. You ever notice like when you eat French fries, like the amount of French fries that should satisfy you doesn't satisfy you, and you just keep eating more and more of that shit, or cereal. You just eat more and more of that shit, or uh, just any of them like heavy carbs. It's not really satiating, so that's why you eat so much of that shit, and that's why it makes you gain weight. But when you cut all that shit out, because as y'all know, I don't eat bread, I don't eat rice, uh, and when I say bread, I'm talking about tortillas, muffins, just anything. Like I consider all of that bread. When you don't eat like that, you don't have those hunger cravings like that. So sucker repellent, that's what's up. You said 2026, I'm giving up bread. Yeah, man, it's been about I remember when I stopped eating bread. I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. You have to feed the cells, right? Right. Eating 3 meals a day is a scam. It is, because the food industry benefited and still benefit greatly off of that concept of eating 3 meals a day. Just think about how much money they done made off of us with that concept. Or uh it's just so many fraudulent claims out there that we subscribe to. Another one is breakfast is the most important meal of the day. A lot of us believe that shit, man. And they was telling us as kids, again, our generation, we were told that, your brain functions better when you eat breakfast. But when you grow up and you start doing your own research, you come to realize that that's actually the opposite. Your brain functions better when you don't eat breakfast. So Devin Butchie Knox says no bread, no rice, gut health. That's what that sound like. Right. For sure. But yeah, man. They told us forever breakfast was the most important meal of the days. That was some bullshit. No truth to it, no research behind it, just propaganda put out there by the food industry that we subscribe to. and believe for so long. A lot of us still do believe that. Okay. Yeah, see, sucker repellent, that's kind of like me. Like how you said you gave up soda last year, you giving up bread this coming year. That's the way I did it. Like every so often I just cut out different shit. As y'all know, my longest running thing that I cut out, which was my New Year's resolution back then, was soda. Man, I just love being able to say that, man. I ain't drank a soda in 25 years, man. I ain't drank a soda since the year 2000, December of 2000. So this month makes 25 years since I drank a soda, man. And it's a trip because I think I've told y'all this before, but when I was in high school, I ran track. And at the high schools, they got the vending machines with all the sodas and all that type of shit, man. And me and my friends on the track team, we always used to go spend our little dollars at the soda machine, at the vending machine, getting Dr. Pepper and Sprite and Coca-Cola and all that shit. And the track coach used to get on us all the time, man. Like, y'all need to stop drinking all that soda, man. That stuff ain't good for you. And I thought I was addicted to soda at that time. I couldn't see myself not drinking soda. When I was in high school, I was thinking like I'm gonna be drinking soda forever. And shortly after high school, I quit soda and ain't drank soda since. Oh, it's a y'all probably can't see it, but it's a drone over my head. I heard this buzzing. I'm like, what the hell is that? It's a damn drone up there. I know y'all can't see it, but I can barely see it, but it's a drone up there. Anyone that skips breakfast is at a major disadvantage. That's funny. I eat oatmeal with blueberries, turkey bacon, and eggs every morning. But see, you've been conditioned to think that that's like the right way, right? But see, if you ever get to this side of the spectrum, of the eating spectrum, where you don't eat breakfast in the morning, because I got up early this morning, and it's time is it? It's 11:25 where I am right now. So I've been up for hours upon hours, and you know, haven't eaten anything today yet. Like I said, after this live is over with, I'm gonna go eat. But I haven't eaten anything today, and I feel great. What about ice cream? No ice cream for me. No dairy. I don't do dairy, so no ice cream for me. What makes you say that, Bummy Davis? Want to hear you out? I think Bummy Davis probably just like hearing the self talk. He might really believe that though. You losing if you skipping breakfast. See, you bought into that propaganda. You bought into that nonsense. You two family, please give date lady date syrup a try. Huh? That actually sounds good. Date syrup. Now, me, y'all know on my salads, I'll be messing with the agave nectar, and I like the agave nectar, but date syrup, that actually sounds good. I'm not even hip to that, but you make me want to try that now. Ezekiel bread is good. Right. I've heard about the Ezekiel bread. I know it don't have all the same stuff that the normal bread has. It's a good complete protein with all 9 amino acids. It's also the only recipe in the Bible. Right. Only thing you should put in your body in the morning is herbal tea or fruit. I could dig that. The tea for sure. The tea is definitely good, especially like the green tea because the tea has the polyphenols in it, and the polyphenols helps you burn visceral fat. Do you add electrolytes to your water sometimes, or stick to just water freeze? Nah, I got an electrolyte powder that I put in my water sometimes, especially if I'm fasting. If I'm fasting, for sure. When you fasting, you doing what they call a water fast, where you're not eating no food at all for days or however long. You definitely want to put some electrolytes in your water, and I got that for sure. Man, the blue agave hit. Man, the blue agave different. Can replace syrup and sugar, all natural. Yeah, that's what I do. I do the blue agave. Right, the blue agave is fire in the salad. Sucker repellent, you already know, man, for real. Date syrup is fire. I'm gonna have to try that date syrup though. Y'all talking about it. Y'all gonna make me try that. I'm gonna have to try it and then let y'all know what I think about it. Mr. Clean says, been plant based for 8 years. I use agave as my sweetener. You can get vegan ice cream, P, no dairy. Huh. I might have to try that some vegan ice cream. I'll be forgetting they got vegan everything now. Uh, I might try the vegan ice cream one of these days. Real Tony Kirk says, I'm on a carnivore diet. It's been working out for me. I've lost 10 pounds in 5 days. It, it cut out all the BS food. Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, so with the carnivore diet, right? I seen a clip on Instagram. It was this young guy. He had Crohn's disease and some other stuff that he had going on. He had some health problems. He was like always in and out the hospital. And then he went on a carnivore diet and it got rid of all the health problems that he had. And he said he's healthier than he's ever been now. He 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 oh, eggs too. Yeah, he does eggs and meat. That's the only thing he eat is eggs and meat. And he said every once in a while he'll do some fermented fruit. But for the most part, his diet is eggs and meat. And that helped him get rid of all the health problems that he had. So yeah, I know that carnivore diet is that shit works for a lot of people. So it gotta be something to it. I don't think it was the meat that helped him. It was just he cut out the other BS. Well, yeah, it's a combination of all of that, I think. A lot of that vegan box food is processed garbage. Box food, period, whether it's vegan or not. Stuff that got a million ingredients in it. No, no. No Break says go to Sprouts and or Whole Foods and try the brand Harmless Harvest. Harvest brand will change the game. Huh. How you manage to eat one time a day and maintain your weight or even gain weight? Uh, well, like I told y'all before, um, I eat once a day, but the amount of food that I eat in that one meal is a lot. I basically condense 2 meals into 1 because I was eating twice a day. I've been eating twice a day for most of the last 3 years. I've been eating only 2 meals a day, 2 big ass salads, right? So the past couple of months, what I've done is the amount of food that I will put in 2 salads, I just put into 1 salad, and I eat all of that food in one sitting. So, and as far as the gaining or maintaining weight, uh, if I wanted to gain weight while eating the 1 meal a day, I would probably have to cut back on my steps a little bit. I'd probably cut it down to, like, instead of 10,000 plus per day, I would probably walk like 5,000 steps a day, and that would help me gain weight. Cause I've done it, like I've gained weight eating 1 meal a day before, or at least maintain my weight eating 1 meal a day. I've done both. So, and I know when I'm not walking as much, I can do it. Tommy Terrific says green tea with a tablespoon of sea moss and a little organic maple syrup every morning before the gym. Then don't eat until at least an hour after your workout. That's what's up. Real Tony Kirk says, thank you for running Simple Channel 2 Freeze. Y'all been keeping me trucking on the road. Dig that. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you. Truth Slinger says, as long as you eat natural, whether meat or vegetables, you good. Yeah, that's the main thing, like as long as you ain't eating all the processed shit, you know, eating as much one ingredient foods as possible. When you eating foods that got 20 different ingredients in it, that's when it becomes concerning. Like pound wise, how in a meal. Devin, are you asking like how much food is in my meal? So I put 2 pounds of either ground turkey or ground chicken, and sometimes salmon. But whatever it is, whether it's chicken, salmon, or turkey, I'm putting a pound or 2 pounds, excuse me, 2 pounds of that. And then also what I've been doing lately, what I've been doing for like the past few weeks is, or probably about the past month, I've been putting sardines and oysters in my salad as well. So not only am I putting the 2 pounds of, like I said, either chicken, turkey, or salmon on top of that, I'm putting like a can of oysters and a can of sardines in there as well. It's crazy, man. I never ate sardines until recently. At 44 years old, I'm just now eating sardines for the first time. And it's because, in the black community, people always talk down on sardines like that, like it's poor people's food, or, you know, uh, sardines was just never seen as a good look in the black community, as far as I've always known. So like Biggie, remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Biggie, your ass should have been eating sardines for dinner, nigga. You wouldn't be as big, you know what I mean, if you stayed eating sardines for dinner. Shout out to Biggie, rest in peace though. But yeah, when you hear stuff like that, remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner, like sardines and pork and beans. Like when you hear shit like that, you know what I mean? It's like you just think sardines ain't cool, and then but you know, with me doing the research I've been doing lately, not only have I learned how good sardines are for you, but they actually don't taste bad. They taste actually good. I like the way sardines taste. I almost want to say I like sardines better than tuna. So for those of y'all who ain't never ate sardines, they taste a little similar, at least to me. They taste kind of similar to tuna, but I think I might like sardines better than tuna. Freeze that you used to be on the Vienna sausages. Yeah, I used to eat Vienna sausages. They was cool. Pause, as everybody says nowadays. Sardines look like spam. Right, like how we didn't like spam back in the days, we kind of looked at sardines the same type of way, man. But no, sardines are very good for you. With the omega 3s and vitamin D. Sardines is a good source of vitamin D as well. Uh, they just like they just packed with nutrients. Mackerel too. So when it comes to fish, smash. There's an acronym SMASH. SMASH is sardines, mackerel, anchovies, salmon, and herring. So those are supposed to be like the best fish that you can eat as far as nutrients go. Is gator meat good for you? I'm not sure. I never had gator meat, and I don't know how good it is for you or not. I don't know. Sardines get a bad rap for the smell, but they are a nutrient powerhouse. Yeah, and yeah, they do kind of, I mean, they fish, so they got like a fishy smell, but it ain't just like unbearable. Trust me. Hey, and you know what's funny? About the truth slanger, how you say that the sardines got a bad rap for the smell. The same people that'll talk shit about the way sardines smell, you know what they eating? Chitlins. And chitlins, see, I got traumatized as a kid. I've never had chitlins, even though obviously now I don't eat pork. But even back when I did eat pork, I refused to eat chitlins because when I was a kid, I'll never forget. It was Thanksgiving. I was like 14, and we was all at my auntie's house, and auntie was cleaning the chitlins. And man, if you ain't ever smelled the smell of chitlins being cleaned, consider yourself blessed. Cause man, let me tell you, that's like one of the worst smells I've ever smelled in my life. And after I smelled that shit, I was like, man, I don't want to eat that. That is the worst smell, especially far as food. I ain't never smelled a smell from food that was worse than chitlins being clean. And people love them shits. Like I got a partner, man. He loved chitlins with hot sauce. Like that's his favorite shit in the world. He loves some chitlins with some red rooster hot sauce. You give him some chitlins and some red rooster, he the happiest person in the world. But I just can't get with it. You know what I mean? So compared to chitlins, man, sardines smell like roses. Sardines smell like roses compared to that, man. The whole house smell right. Auntie had the whole crib smell like chitlins, man. I had to go outside. I couldn't stand it. And if you stand too close outside, you can smell it. You got to go outside and go back. You got to go deep away. You know what I mean? Not just go outside, but you got to go a little distance outside. You can't just be outside next to the door. Nah, you gonna smell that funky ass chitlin smell still. It's the worst stuff in the world, man. So yeah, compared to that, sardines is cool. Is ground turkey good for you? It's been cool for me. I ain't had no problems with it. That got to be some white folk shit, gator meat. Well, in the South, man, they cook everything. Every animal that can be cooked, they done cooked it. The South is eating it for sure. Shitlins, yeah, that's that. They call them chitlins, but they need to be called chitlins. That's for sure what they is. And then just knowing that, you know what I mean? Like knowing that you're eating intestines. You're eating something that, shit just been going throughout this animal's whole life. And then knowing the kind of animal that it is and what that animal eats. Mm, chitlins, people love that shit though. What's your outlook on beef? Uh beef is obviously is a good source of protein, it's a good source of iron. Uh Me personally, I don't eat beef, but I think if somebody does eat beef, I don't think you should eat it like every day. Maybe like at the most probably twice a week. Then again, I don't know. You got all these people doing this carnivore diet, man, and they eating a hell of beef and they doing good. So I don't know. I might be wrong about that. Maybe it's cool. My dad loved chitlins. He died at 46. Johnetta, rest in peace to your dad. Kelly Kid says, "How do you feel about the packaged salads at the grocery store?" Um, it's funny you say that, Kelly Kid. So I can't front, especially when I be on the road, when I be on the move. If I'm like cross country or something, a lot of times I'll eat them packaged salads, and they cool. But you know, when I was in Colombia and well, especially Colombia, man, I was eating all them fresh vegetables and all that type of stuff, man. And when I first got back to the states, I went and grabbed one of them packaged salads that I used to eat all the time whenever I be on the move, and I just couldn't. Like it just wasn't the same, man. I couldn't do it no more after that, man. So they cool. I mean, but I like the vegetables from the produce section, man. Eric Humphrey said, "I lived on a hog farm in Mississippi before, and I'll never forget that smell." Yeah, man. Phew, man. T9 Get Up says, "My grandfather told me they were called shitterlings, but they couldn't put that on the packaging, so they changed it to chitterlings." Yeah, that don't surprise me. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. So what's the verdict, Freeze? What country did you enjoy the most? Uh Again, like I've said before, um, I like both countries for different reasons. But then again, too, I can't really speak for Costa Rica as a whole because I've never been. See, I was in a small town. I was in a small town in Costa Rica. I was in Jaco, which is a small town in Costa Rica, right? So I can't really speak to the city life in Costa Rica as far as living in a city like San Jose or something. But what I loved about Costa Rica was being in that beach town because I was in a beach town. So the beach is right there, and the town is very small. Everything is walkable. There's not even one traffic light in the whole town. So the whole time I was in Jaco, I didn't see not one traffic light. I walked everywhere I went. It don't even make sense to catch an Uber nowhere unless you got to get somewhere quick. You could catch an Uber or something, but I like the culture there. People are real nice. Um, it was real safe. You could walk around at night. You ain't got to worry about somebody trying to mug you or anything like that. Um, I walked around at night all the time in Costa Rica and or at least Jaco, and it was safe. I like the biodiversity there. You're gonna see all kind of monkeys and macaws and giant ass iguanas and uh Yeah, I like that about Costa Rica. Um, yeah, yeah, Costa Rica was cool. The food was better. Like if you're gonna go out to eat somewhere, Costa Rica, I would say got better food than Colombia. So I like that too. Even though I was most of the time I was eating at the crib. I wasn't eating out a whole lot in either place. But the times that I did eat out, Costa Rica had better food than Colombia, and I think most people would agree. But so that's Costa Rica. Colombia, Medellin, I liked being in the city, because there's certain conveniences that cities have that little small towns don't have. Just like for instance, right? Um, what I didn't like about Hako, um, I couldn't get ground chicken or ground turkey. They don't have it. They don't sell it in the grocery stores nowhere down there. The butchers don't make it, so if you in Hako and you want some ground chicken or some ground turkey, you just gonna be out of luck. You probably gonna have to make trips to San Jose or something. I don't know. But I didn't like that. So when I was in Hako, I was eating tuna most of the time. I was making my salads with tuna because I couldn't get a hold of no ground turkey or ground chicken. And sometimes I'll throw some salmon in there too, but I wasn't eating salmon every day. Uh, but yeah, but Colombia, what I liked about Colombia, like I said, the conveniences of being in a bigger city. Definitely the price. Colombia is a lot cheaper than Costa Rica, like way cheaper. The food is cheaper. The Ubers is about the same. If you even though, like I said, I think in Costa Rica I only caught an Uber no, like twice. I think I caught an Uber like twice. But both places Ubers are cheap, super cheap. Uh, yeah, Colombia. Um, like I said, the food is better. The cost of living is cheaper. It's more convenient being in Medellin. Uh, Same type of thing as far as the people though. People real polite, hospitable, uh, approachable. Um, I like the gym that I was going to in Costa Rica. The gym, like, if so, I say this too, right? So Costa Rica can be very humid, and the gym that I went to didn't have no air conditioning, pimp. There was no AC, and I liked that. I appreciated the fact that they didn't have no AC. Now, the gym, the structure of the gym, right? It wasn't like they didn't have like normal walls. It was like the roof of the gym was like aluminum, and then the walls, so to speak, were like wood, but a lot of it was like open. So you get plenty of fresh air in there. Did you take any pics? Yeah, I got pics. I got videos. I've been bullshitting. I got videos that I need to edit and upload, especially from Costa Rica. But you try any exotic fruits or vegetables out there? Not really. I didn't really eat much fruit. I wish I would have ate more fruit. Next time I go back, I'm gonna have to eat more fruit. I was just in such a zone with my salads and everything in the gym and sauna. Right, that's pretty much what it was like. It was like being in the sauna. Like soon as I walk in the gym, before I even start working out, I'm sweating already. And then when I work out, I just be drenched in sweat. And I love that because that's so good for your skin, sweating all them toxins out. But yeah, yeah. As far as the fruit though, next time I go back, I'm gonna definitely have to try some of the fruit out there. RB says I need to peak thoughts and mindset on gambling and being broke by the casino. Man, I'd have talked about that a whole lot, man, if you go through my content. But uh gambling and getting broke on by the casino, man, it's pretty much and like I said, I know I probably ruffle some feathers with my loved ones who like to gamble, man, but it's the truth. If you really just, you know, are non-biased and look at it for what it is, it's the spirit of tricking. You know, the same thing that drives somebody to trick on a lady drives somebody to gamble. But you know, you're gonna lose a whole lot more than you win. You paying for gratification. You might win sometimes in the process, but 9 times out of 10, whether it's today or next week or next month, you're gonna give that money back to the casino because you're gonna lose again and you're gonna keep losing. And you're probably gonna lose 20 times or 100 times before you win big again. And by the time you won big again, you still ain't even won back all the money that you done lost. So it's like you playing a fucked up game with yourself when you gambling. When you have a gambling habit, I should say. Now, if you one of them people that just gamble every once in a while, you know, you one of them people like, you know what, I'm gonna just put this 20 in the slot machine and see what happens, or I'm gonna just put this 100 down and see what happens. If you one of them type of people and you know you lose 100 or you lose $20 and it ain't no big deal, and if you win, it's cool. If you one of them type of people, then you know that's I guess that's all right. But when you have a gambling habit, it's tricking, man. Freeze the dopest with the YouTube shit for real, for real. SRT Pugs, appreciate you, man. Casinos always where the poor at, never in rich neighborhoods. I can't say that. Can't say that because rich people make casinos boom. Casinos ain't built on poor people. Casinos is built on well a combination of rich and poor people. Because poor people go there and lose their pennies, and rich people go there and lose millions. Rob says, "Yo, who was the P that lost? The P that lost 40K? That was Charm. Yeah, Charm sat at the table. Rest in peace to Charm. God rest his soul. But Charm sat at the table for 2 days straight. And by the time he got up from the table, he was down 40,000. He had lost 40,000. What's the Zelle freeze so I can pass the collection plate? Freeze is it how you see it spelled on here at gmail.com. Freeze is it at gmail.com. And I appreciate you in advance. Yep, yep. Mainly rich though. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it you know, casinos really appeal to rich people. Now you got your low budget casinos that, you know, got the low limits and things like that. But the biggest and most successful casinos, if you really think about it, they cater to the rich. They accommodate the rich. So keep plenty of salmon and spinach in the fridge and you can't lose. Yes, indeed. Like Floyd Mayweather. I don't know. Or like academic shit. DJ Academics, that man be blowing so much money in the casino. It's a damn shame. Academics be acting a fool gambling. I remember he was a show with Andrew Schultz, and he was saying how much money he had lost during that time gambling. It was like some millions. I think he said he had lost like $3 million gambling, something crazy. I can't remember if it was 3 million. It was some millions though. Yeah, a lot of rich people blew their fortune, became poor because of casinos. Shit. RBS 4227. Good looking with the €5 holler. Y'all thought I was gonna say $5 holler, huh? Nah, he came with the €5 holler. You dig? Appreciate you. There's an Asian guy who lost 300 million playing slots in Vegas. God damn. 300 million playing slots. See, people be underestimating them slots, man. People be thinking that all the most money is lost just on the tables, like blackjack, poker, craps, all that shit, roulette. Nah, it's people that lose a fortune in them slot machines too. I know because I done lost money on the slot machine very easily. I ain't lost no millions and not even no. I probably done lost a few thousand, add it all up. But um, them slot machines, man, it's easy to lose a fortune on them too. DJ Academics, the same dude who got back with the girl who slapped his mama. Yeah, Academics got so many black eyes on his reputation. It's crazy. Dude stole your intro. Who's Dr. Mommy's Chatterbox Studios? I don't know who you talking about. There's several people who done stole my intro, man. It's quite a few people that be committing plagiarism against this ism, like for real. Uh, Now, of course, the main culprit plagiarizing this ism is none other than Thaisan Campbell. He been stealing my shit for a little minute now. I want to say at least a year, maybe longer. But he been stealing that shit. I seen him do it once. I don't know if he's making it like a regular thing now, but MTR, mediocre tutorials and reviews, he tried to put the Puff Daddy Jermaine Dupri remix on my intro, saying take off your shoes when you come into his house or whatever. Now I don't know if he got that directly from me, but chances are he took it from somebody that took it from me. Like he might have got it from a sign. I don't know. Uh, but that's how much that shit done been stolen from me. You got people stealing it from people that stole it from me. Like the people stealing it from people don't even know that it came from me, right? So yeah, it's a lot of that going on. Everybody stealing from me and Simple. They stay stealing from Simple too to take your nutty professor finger and hit the like button. I done heard so many people steal that from Simple. Uh Man, it's a lot of shit they done stole from Simple. I can't even think of all the shit they done stole from him. Like they stay stealing from bro. Uh but yeah, I'm hip to the thievery going on. Academics got a teenage following, so he never loses his traction. Yeah, shout out from Botswana. Appreciate you, man. Ill doggable. Botswana in the house. His grammar, his delivery too. Who's that? Marcus Mitchell. Far as the grammar and the delivery, you saying they stole that too? Probably so, man. I don't know, man. Like I said, they stay committing plagiarism on this ism. I'm back for last comment. I didn't refresh. Laugh out loud. Don't sleep on that Jack Mackerel, or as we call it in jail, Jack Mac. For real. Yeah, I used to eat mackerel when I was in jail too, and I didn't realize how good mackerel is for you, but that's another food that got plenty of nutrients. Bro has simple speech pattern down packed. There's so many kleptos on this net. The truth slanger, you ain't ever lied, man. They stay stealing. They be stealing from me. They really be stealing from bro. Sound like it's a woodpecker. I wish I could see him. I wish y'all could hear him. But I hear, and I've been the whole time I've been sitting right here. I hear it got to be a woodpecker in the tree somewhere. I just don't know where he at. But anyway, yeah, man, they stay. It's a whole roster of imposters on this internet, man. Brandon says I've came across imposters in real life who chose word for word what you and Sin spit on the blade, being in their 40s, and ain't never seen them before. Freeze, they steal the way you dress. For real. Hey, it's funny, Brandon, that you say how they be doing that on the blade, right? I remember one time this actually happened to Sinful before too. I know Sinful done told stories about it too, but it happened to me too. Uh One time this dude was sweating one of my peoples on the blade, and he like, yeah, bitch, you know what I mean? I see you out here, you know what I mean, being a Bentley product, being looking like a Bentley product, but you got Toyota conduct around here, and woody 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 whoop. And the broad called me and told me she's like, you won't believe what just happened. I said, what? She's like, a P was just sweating me, but he was saying your stuff. So that shit be happening a lot. You know what I mean? But that's why it just pays to be original because you never know who you getting at. You know what I mean? And that just make you look crazy when you blatantly, because that's the thing about ism, especially when you out popping it, getting at females and stuff. That's one thing us as P's pride ourselves on is mouthpiece. And you can't pride yourself on your mouthpiece if you're not original. So you got to be original when you out there shooting your shot. And you know, you get to saying stuff that everybody know where it came from. And then not only that, but if you get to saying something that, you know, comes from this girl's folks, she really gonna look at you crazy. They did that to Kenny Red in the 2000s when he said, "Same soup, just reheated." Yeah, same soup. Yeah, same soup, just reheated. Yeah, yeah. They just stole so much from Kenny Red too, from the pineapple to the Big Apple to the nation's capital. I just heard somebody. I seen a video where somebody said that the other day, and see, that's the point that it comes to. Like, you still have people saying Kenny Red's lines 25 years later after that movie came out, and they don't even know who it came from. Or same thing with Ken, as Simple so affectionately called him husband Ken. But the man that the world knows as Pimpin' Ken, he said a lot of things that people have taken and they don't even know that it came from him. Like, let your next move be your best move and everything be all smooth. Like, Iceberg says, I thought he said soup. Well, honestly, Some people will say same soup, just reheated, and then some people will say same suit, just rehemmed. So, you know, Freeze, you were older than Sinful or same age? Yeah, I'm older than Sinful by 2.5 years. He's an 84 baby. I'm an 81 baby. Memories of pimping Cat P, the type of man he was in the game. You talking about the cat that I've talked about before? Uh, I think you talking about pimping cat that got killed in Omaha. He was from Seattle. Well, he was like, I guess half Omaha, half Seattle, but he got killed in Omaha because you believe when Ken kicking that ish on top of the stratosphere, right? Freeze, you know anything about Joe Cato the pimp? Yeah, man, Joe Cato's a very legendary guy, man. Uh, very legendary, man. There's so many great stories and folklore about Joe Cato. Yeah, from out of Seattle. Yeah, I'll get to Joe Cato in a second, but Cat, man. So Cat was a good dude, man. Rest in peace to Cat, man. I miss him, man. He was a good dude. Uh, so Cat, I think I told this story before, right? So the first time I ever seen Cat on Las Vegas Boulevard, it used to be a 7-Eleven by the Hawaiian Marketplace, right? So I'm at the 7-Eleven and Cat pulls up and he got a car full of blonde hair, blue eyed white girls. He like 4 deep. And he pull up, he jump out the car, he suited and booted, clean as hell. Got his hair whipped up, you know what I mean? And he get out looking serious as hell. And everybody just looking at him because he just pulled up in this car full of white girls and he jump out, suited and booted, looking like he just came down from the heavens, as Simple would say. And when I seen him, I was like, damn, man, it's I said, this shit real thick in the air around here. And he said with the most serious face, he was like, yeah, it's so thick you can stick your tongue in the air and taste it. And then went on in the store, man, and grabbed whatever he was gonna grab, man. But yet, so that was my introduction to Cat. Even though we didn't officially meet at that time, and I spoke to him and he spoke back to me, but that was just my first time ever seeing him. And then we end up meeting after that, I think at the Greyhound station or something like that. I can't remember exactly where. But when me and Cat became real cool with each other was I think I was in Florida at the time. And I was just popping at girls on Backpage. This is what pimps used to do when we was just, bored and wanted to get at some bras, but wasn't really, no activity on outside or nothing like that, you know. So I would do that sometimes. I'd get at bras on Backpage. I would just call. The hell? The hell? This phone be tripping. But anyway, so I see this little white girl on Backpage. I call her and I'm talking to her and she like talking back and she tuned in. She listening, right? So her folks grabbed the phone and he was like, He was like, "Hey man, what's going on, man? Who we got on the line, man?" I said, "Oh man, it's Freeze, man. Whoop." He said, "Oh damn, for real?" He's like, "Damn, P, this cat, man." And I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on, P?" He was like, "Yeah, man. You know, he's like, you got to excuse my peoples, man. She a fresh turnout and everything like that, man. But he's like, I seen the way you was popping it, man. I'm sitting here listening. I'm like, hold on, she ain't supposed to be listening to that." So that was funny. I mean, we had crossed paths again like that, and we had became real cool after that, man. But yeah, Cat was a good dude, man. He was a gentleman's gentleman. You know what I mean? Good to chop it up with, get you fired up about this game. And yeah, like I say, he was just a gentleman's gentleman. You did. But yeah, long live pimping Cat out of that Seattle, man. From the story that I heard, he lost his life over a female, man. Jealous guy in a fit of rage came and took his life behind a female, man. And man, hey man, I wish it was a way that we could vaccinate all of the suckers that be, wanting to commit violence against another man over a woman that chose to be involved with another man. Like, I wish it was a way that we could like eradicate those emotions that drive people to do things like that, man. Some of y'all probably seen it in the news the other day, man. I seen that shit and I was just like, man, I just shook my head. But it was a young brother, man. Young man, 23 years old, good kid. 23 years old, right? He get a knock at the door. He opens the door and two young men gun him down. One of them was 21 years old. At the time, they hadn't caught the other dude. They probably done caught him by now. But come to find out, what happened was the two guys that showed up to the door, one of them was the boyfriend, the jealous boyfriend of a girl who was messing with another guy. So they showed up to this house to unalive the guy, but they went to the wrong door. It was a duplex. And they thinking that it's just a house with only one unit or whatever, but come to find out it was a duplex. So they thinking that this is the address, so this gotta be the house. So they knock on the door. The young man answered. This happened, I think, in Houston. If I'm not mistaken, I think it happened in Houston. But the young man answered the door and lost his life just for opening the door, man. So this sucker ass, jealous ass boyfriend, probably about to spend the rest of his life in jail. And his girl gonna continue messing with the guy that he thought he was unaliving but didn't. And see, that's what dudes don't understand, man. Like, when you want to kill somebody over a female, you gonna either end up in the graveyard or the penitentiary because it might not go your way. You might go to unalive somebody, and that somebody might unalive your ass because that happens too. But you know, one of y'all gonna end up in the graveyard, the other one gonna end up in the penitentiary, and guess what she gonna do? She gonna go hop on somebody else's meat and continue living her life. So that's always been the dumbest shit. And of course, uh, when somebody's wrapped up in their emotions, of course they're not thinking logically. But god damn, it's just like that shit crazy. But yeah, rest in peace to that young man. I forget his name, man. Forgive me for that. But long live Cat to P. Condolences to his household and loved ones. Yeah, man, Cat was a good dude, man. But that's how he lost his life, from what I understand, man. It was even in the news. I seen the news clip of it. Put more dudes in the grave than bullets. Yeah, and it's crazy because It's some women that I done liked. It's some women that I love, but I've never it never hit me like that to like want to go do something to a guy because she chose to be involved with him. So I'm gonna go do something to him. But if let's just say you succeed in that, right? Let's say a guy succeeds in doing that. What if she go mess with another guy? You gonna become a serial killer now? A serial jealous boyfriend killer? Because she gonna keep messing with different dudes. That's just life. And see, that's the beauty of the game, right? Because that happens to a lot of young P's. Not saying that a lot of young P's be wanting to do that, but it happens to a lot of young P's where they get hung up on a particular female, right? Especially if she was good to him. She was tearing it off to him real big and, catering to him and treating him good. And, she was good in the bedroom and he just liked everything about her. And then, when she ended up blowing or whatever, when the situation comes to an end, he might be hung up on that chick. But you know what the solution to that is? Another chick, and another chick, and another chick, and another chick. That'll help you get over a broad real quick, man. And these dudes be acting like these chicks is just like the last woman in the world, man, or the best woman in the world for you. And if you get out your feelings and stop trying to unalive the next man because that's who she chooses to be with, and go get active yourself and go get involved with somebody else, you'll realize like, damn, it's actually other women out there better than old girl. Better in the bedroom, better attitude, funnier, cooler, all of that. Iceberg says, I used to get jealous, but it was Iceberg Slim who taught me that you can't love and be jealous at the same time because jealousy stems from insecurity. Love stems from security. Yeah, that's real talk. 365 royalty. AO, my G. Long time, but the sun's shining. Yes, indeed. Rail Levy says, get active with yourself and get involved with somebody else. That's some cold gang. Blessings to you, Freeze. Yeah, I done told different P's that, and I've seen it happen before. I've seen, a broad blow on a young P, and he just be wrapped in, and that's one thing that's helpful too with us as P's, man. We gonna chop you up. We gonna roast your ass if you keep talking about this bitch, man. It ain't thinking about your ass. You know, uh, you go out to eat with the pimp and he keep talking about the broad. You call him on the phone and he call you on the phone. He keep talking about the broad. Y'all go to the club and it's all these other women in there, but he keep talking about this broad and you know what I mean? It's other broads giving him action, but he keep talking about this broad, man. Like, we gonna chop your ass up. We gonna roast you. You gonna get tired of hearing that shit after a while. Then you finally gonna go, get with the solution, which is another and another and another and another. Freeze, what's some ways to add pimpish flair to a suit? You just got to use your imagination, man. What I might do might be completely different to than what you might do, right? And see, that's the thing. Like I say all the time, man. I could tell you certain things to do. Like I say, yeah, you could do this particular thing to a suit and do that particular thing to a suit, and that'll add some flair to it, right? But more so than telling you what to do, I want to inspire you to on how to think, like to have the right kind of mindset as opposed to specific skill sets or specific tasks to do. Like, have the right kind of mind because when you use your mind in the right way, you might come up with some shit that nobody else ever came up with. Some original shit, you know? Like it's cool to seek certain answers on here, but certain things you don't want that kind of answer to. You want to figure out the answer for that yourself by utilizing your brain. What do you think of the top five things that attract women in order or not in order of importance? Top five things that attract women. Uh, well, one thing for sure, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. One of the best things to do to charm and disarm a woman is to come with some humor, man. If you can make a woman laugh, 9 times out of 10, that's gonna be the key to everything else. So humor for sure. You know what I mean? Because the humor is gonna cut in just about any situation. And to be funny, you don't have to be tall, you don't have to be skinny, you don't have to be in shape. You could be short, fat, ugly, and humorous. You know, if you got that humor, you're gonna be all right. So, and then along with humor, your self-esteem got to be intact. You got to understand your value. You know, and see, this is the thing, right? This you got to understand too, right? Think beyond just five specific things, top things that attract a woman, right? Consider this: a woman don't know what she wants, and sometimes the best thing for her, she might not even understand or have a concept of, right? Like the type of man that you are, she might not even have a concept of that type of man, yet and still that's the best thing for her, right? So, like I've told y'all before, man, one of my favorite quotes was from Henry Ford, and he said, "If I'd have asked people what they wanted, if I'd have asked the people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse, right? Because all they understood was horses at that time. They didn't know anything about an automobile. So, if he would have been trying to cater to what people wanted, he would have been trying to get a whole bunch of horses that was the fastest as far as transportation. But he came with the automobile, and now everybody drive cars. So on that same token, sometimes the best thing for a woman is something that she doesn't even have a concept of. So um, that's why it's imperative for you as a man to just have your man shit in order. And you know, within having your man shit in order again, your self-esteem, understanding your value, understanding what makes you important as a man. Um, and that's gonna make everything else fall into place. You know, whatever that woman might have been attracted to might not might not be nearly as compelling as what she's not familiar with, which is you and everything about you. So Dal Jisco, what's up with it, man? Mac Bomb invited me and my partner to his crib in Vegas. He did big boy crabs, talking big shit the whole time, had me dying. Yeah, Mac Bomb was funny as hell. Rest in peace of Mac Bomb too. It's funny because we was just talking about Cat, and I remember Mac Bomb and Pimpin' Cat. They died around the same time. Uh, I can't remember which one of them died first, but I know they died in the same year, which I want to say that was what, like 2016 or something, 15 or 16, one of those. But yeah, man, rest in peace to both of them dudes, man. Yeah, I asked about Mac Bomb. P, I had a question at the top. Oh, I didn't see the Mac Bomb question. Any memories of Mac Bomb? like asking you about representatives of the game since we're closing the year. Yeah, Mac Bomb, he was funny as hell, man. Boy, Mac Bomb was something else, man. And it's funny because whenever Mac Bomb's name get mentioned, it's an off the chain story. It ain't just like a regular story, you know what I mean? It's like an off the chain story. So I done heard so many off the chain stories of Mac Bomb. You know, I met Mac Bomb, but I didn't he wasn't like my partner, you know what I mean? I didn't really mess with Mac Bomb real tough. So a lot of other people's memories of him are better than mine. I got some my own memories of him too, but other people's memories of him are funnier and more interesting than mine, right? So one story, I remember I was in jail in Phoenix, right? And I met this dude from the east side of Phoenix. And when he found out that I was a pimping, he's like, oh man, you a pimp? He's like, did you know Mac Bomb? And wait a minute, I'm trying to remember. Nah, Mac Bomb might have still been alive at the I can't remember, but when I told him I was a pimp, he was like, "Man, you know Mac Bomb?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I know Mac Bomb." He was like, "Man, Mac Bomb, man, he a cold pimp, man." He was like, "I never forget, man. We was at he was like, we was at this motel on Van Buren, man, back in the day, and he was like, one of Mac Bomb hoes was up there, man, and she had did some out of pocket shit, man. So Mac Bomb, he's like, I never forget it. P. He came up to her, and he was like, I'm trying to do the shit right. He was like, man, he had a little hammer like this. He came up to the broad and he had a little hammer like this, and he walked up to her, and bow, hit her in the mouth and broke all her teeth, knocked all her teeth out. I said, damn. Mac Bomb was something else, man. And then another funny story about Mac Bomb. Not that that story was funny because that's kind of messed up. But so Mac Bomb was out of the 30s, the Harlem 30s community in LA, right? Rolling 30s. So when Mac and mind you, for the people that knew Mac Bomb in that lifestyle, he wasn't no joke. When Mac Bomb was a gangbanger, he was a gangbanger for real. Like he was really one of those guys over there. So when when he got in the game and he got serious about the game, he went he went over there and said he wanted to get put off. Oh man. He went over there and told his homies like, yeah, man, I want y'all I want to get put off, man. I'm in the game now. I'm not down with this no more. So they put him off, and I heard when they put him off, man, they put him off good, man. But that's how crazy he was about the game. You know what I mean? He went to the hood, man, with all these killers and dangerous people, his homies, talking about, yeah, man, put me off the set, cuz. It's pimping on mine. Oh man, Mac Bomb, boy, he was a mess. Mac Bomb was the type, man. When Mac Bomb sweating your broad, man, he's gonna commit some flagrant fouls. You know what I mean? Mac Bomb gonna commit some technical fouls. When he's sweating your broad, he gonna have her in the corner, grabbing on her booty and shit. Oh, Mac Bomb was a piece of work, man. Like he was something else, and hell of a personality too. Like lively character. Like Mac Bomb was always high energy. You know what I mean? He yeah, he liked to indulge in certain things that gave him high energy, you dig? So Yeah, Mac Bomb, he definitely gonna commit a flag on the play when he's sweating your broad. You know what I mean? He gonna get touchy feely, all that. You know what I mean? The Rasheed Wallace of pimping. Yeah, Mac Bomb was something else, man. Rest in peace of Mac Bomb, though. J Cool 88 baby says, I love the statement the incomparable simple RIP made when he said every bitch is knockable. That is the truth. You know what I mean? You got all these chicks unknockable, 304, his favorite, stomp down, his favorite foots and all that. And that shit's so damn square. Those be the most knockable ones. Anytime you see a broad that got unknockable in her bio on her profile, she is the most. She need to take that and turn it into most, because she's the most knockable. She's the most out of pocket. For real. But yeah, man, it don't even seem like it always be like that, man. It don't even seem like we've been live for 2 hours, but we have. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing on up, man. As always, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with a pimp. Ray 2 says, you say the track Me and My Hoes drops Friday, correct? Yeah, Friday at midnight, wherever you are, Friday at midnight, that song, Me and My Hoes, drops on uh Friday. You did, the 19th. Yeah, again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in with a pimp, man. Appreciate y'all for all the comments, questions, input, jokes, feedback, all that good stuff. I appreciate you for sharing this video. Excuse me. I appreciate you for subscribing. I appreciate you hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate all the super chats, the cash apps, the PayPals. I appreciate all your support in every which way that you comes with it, man. Y'all already know who it is and what it is. Freeze is it. If you out in traffic moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. And of course, as always, long live the incomparable Simple to P. We out.